Even the deepest snow must melt, goes an old Japanese proverb, reminding us that change, beauty, and impermanence are part of life. In Japan, this truth is not only spoken, but felt. From falling cherry blossoms to steaming mountain springs, every corner of this nation tells a story written in seasons and silence. Japan is a land where ancient rituals dance beside innovation, where the quiet elegance of a tea ceremony shares the same skyline as shimmering skyscrapers. Tradition doesn't fade here. It evolves, breathes, and walks with you through bamboo forests and neon-lit streets. From the poetic stillness of Kyoto's moss gardens to the electric buzz of Tokyo's cityscape, Japan is a country of contrasts, each one more striking than the last. Its landscapes are as diverse as its culture. Volcanic peaks, coastal villages, sacred forests, and tranquil lakes. In the north, Hokkaido greets winter with powdered snow and icy festivals. To the south, Okinawa sings a warmer song with tropical breezes and coral reefs. Between them lie castles, shrines, markets, and towns where every detail feels considered, crafted with care and meaning. Whether you're tracing the steps of samurai, savoring a bowl of steaming ramen on a quiet street, or watching cranes glide over rice paddies, Japan speaks in subtle moments. It rewards not just the eye, but the heart. This journey through Japan invites you to listen, to pause, and to see a country shaped not only by time, but by timelessness. Nagasaki rests quietly along the curved bays of Kyushu, a city shaped by the sea, by tragedy, and by remarkable cultural fusion. For centuries, it was Japan's window to the outside world. Long before the nation opened fully, Nagasaki was already listening, learning, trading. Portuguese and Dutch influences remain in the cobbled paths of Dejima, in the scent of baked castella cake, and in the ornate details of Europe-inspired churches dotting the hills. But the city also bears the scars of August 9th, 1945, when it became the second and last city to suffer an atomic bombing. Today, the Nagasaki Peace Park and Atomic Bomb Museum stand not in bitterness, but in remembrance. Solemn places that speak to the cost of war and the enduring call for peace. Beyond history, Nagasaki glows with quiet charm. Lanterns float through the streets during the Lantern Festival, lighting up temples and canals in brilliant color. The view from Mount Inasa, especially at dusk, is legendary, one of Japan's most stunning nightscapes. Whether walking through serene gardens, exploring old neighborhoods, or simply watching ships glide across the bay, Nagasaki offers not noise, but depth. A city that reflects, remembers, and welcomes. Far from the bustling neon lights of mainland Japan, the Ishigaki Islands unfold like a dream in the southern reaches of the Yaeyama archipelago. Washed by the turquoise waves of the East China Sea and warmed by a subtropical sun, this island escape is a world apart, where coral reefs shimmer beneath crystal-clear waters and time moves to the rhythm of the tide. Ishigaki-jima, the main island, is a balance of nature and culture, where lush mountains meet sugar-white beaches and traditions thrive beside gentle adventure. The island is renowned for its vibrant marine life, drawing snorkelers and divers to places like Kabira Bay, where emerald waters stretch toward distant islets. Though swimming is not allowed there, glass-bottom boat rides reveal a kaleidoscope of coral gardens and darting tropical fish. Further offshore, manta rays glide through the currents of Manta Scramble, one of Japan's most famous dive sites. The underwater silence here is broken only by the beat of wings beneath the sea, a sight as graceful as it is humbling. On land, Ishigaki's interior surprises visitors with jungle trails, hidden waterfalls, and quiet mountain lookouts that offer panoramic views over rice paddies and coastlines touched by gold at sunset. Beyond nature, the island pulses with Okinawan warmth. Local music flows from open-door eateries, where sanshin strings and the scent of yaeyama soba fill the air. Traditional red-tiled houses and guardian lion statues, shisa, stand as reminders of the island's distinct heritage. Visit the Ishigaki Yama village to see preserved island homes and learn folk customs that still shape daily life. Whether you're kayaking through mangrove forests, cycling through sleepy coastal roads, stargazing under crystal skies, or simply swaying in a hammock by the sea, Ishigaki doesn't rush you. It invites you to breathe, to stay, to feel. Tucked away in the rugged mountains of Gifu Prefecture, Shirakawago feels like a hidden page from Japan's timeless storybook. This remote village, blanketed by snow in winter and framed by vibrant green in summer, is best known for its iconic Gashozukuri farmhouses, steep, thatched roofs resembling hands pressed in prayer. These centuries-old homes were built to withstand heavy snowfall and to house silkworm lofts, a testament to the village's harmony with nature. Wandering through Ogimachi, the largest and most accessible of Shirakawago's villages, you'll find life moving at a gentle pace. Wooden bridges cross clear streams, and smoke drifts lazily from chimneys, as if time itself has softened here. The scent of burning firewood and the gentle creak of aged floors blend into the quiet rhythm of the mountains. Step inside one of the preserved houses, like Wada House, and you'll glimpse into rural traditions kept alive through quiet resilience and generations of care. In winter, the entire landscape transforms into a fairy tale under thick layers of snow, illuminated by warm, golden lights. During the famous light-up events, Shirakawago glows against the silent white, captivating visitors with a serene magic that words can barely capture. But each season has its spell. Cherry blossoms in spring, lush rice paddies in summer, and fiery leaves in autumn all reveal different hues of village life. Even the sound of rain against thatched rooftops or the buzz of cicadas in the fields feels poetic in this setting. Beyond the visual beauty, what leaves a lasting impression is the profound stillness. There are no skyscrapers or blaring horns, only the gentle murmur of water, the rustle of trees, and the whispers of wind passing through the mountains. It's a place that invites contemplation as much as admiration. Hiroshima is a city that speaks in two voices. One echoes with the weight of history, the other hums with resilience and renewal. Located on the western edge of Japan's Honshu Island, Hiroshima is best known around the world for the devastating atomic bombing of August 6, 1945. But to understand this city only through that lens would be to overlook its extraordinary spirit, its ability not just to rebuild, but to reimagine itself with grace, compassion, and quiet strength. At the heart of this remembrance stands the haunting Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. Spread across the once devastated Nakajima district, it is now a green, serene space dotted with memorials, fountains, and statues dedicated to the pursuit of peace. The skeletal ruins of the A-bomb dome, left standing just as they were after the blast, are perhaps the most powerful symbol of the city's past. Nearby, the Peace Memorial Museum documents the events with unflinching honesty, preserving artifacts, testimonies, and photographs that ensure the world will never forget. Yet Hiroshima is far more than a memorial. It is a living, evolving city, vibrant with life, innovation, and culture. Wide boulevards aligned with modern buildings, streetcars glide smoothly past art galleries and department stores, and the spirit of its people is reflected in quiet smiles, patient kindness, and a deep reverence for coexistence. Just beyond the city, Miyajima Island offers a tranquil escape. The iconic floating torii gate of Itsukushima Shrine seems to rise from the sea, framed by distant hills and timeless traditions. The nearby Shukian Garden, meticulously landscaped since the 17th century, provides a space of beauty and contemplation within the city itself. Its ponds, bridges, and tea houses evoking the elegance of an older Japan. Hiroshima also nourishes the soul with food, most notably okonomiyaki, a savory pancake layered with noodles, cabbage, and sweet salty sauce. In local eateries, chefs prepare it on steaming griddles while diners sit elbow to elbow, savoring flavors as layered as the city's own story. Today, Hiroshima stands not in ruin, but in purpose. It is a place that mourns, but also teaches, that remembers, but also heals, that greets each day with open arms, grounded in the belief that peace is not a concept, it's a choice, renewed again and again. In the hush of early morning, when mist gathers low across wide lawns and the first deer emerge from the woods, Nara begins to reveal itself. Located in the Kansai region, this former capital of Japan is more than a historical city. It is a living expression of serenity, where ancient temples, sacred creatures, and primeval forests meet in gentle harmony. While Kyoto dazzles and Osaka buzzes, Nara whispers, offering a slower rhythm, an invitation to linger and truly listen. Once the heart of Imperial Japan during the 8th century, Nara's legacy runs deep. Its crown jewel is Todaiji, a sprawling temple complex housing the colossal Daibutsu, a 15-meter bronze statue of the great Buddha seated in silent meditation beneath a wooden hall of astonishing scale. The moment you step into its presence, the world narrows to breath, silence, and awe. Monks pass softly, incense curls into the rafters, and the history of over 1,200 years pulses through every beam and shadow. Wander outside, and you'll meet the true custodians of Nara, hundreds of free-roaming Sika deer, regarded as sacred messengers of the gods. In Nara Park, these gentle animals bow to visitors in exchange for special rice crackers. Their presence is more than charming. It's emblematic of Nara's unique spiritual blend, where nature and divinity are never far apart. They are quiet ambassadors of the city's peaceful soul, walking freely between shrines and school children, gardens and tourists. Sacredness weaves through the landscape. Kasuga Taisha, nestled at the edge of a forest, glows softly under thousands of bronze and stone lanterns. Each one has been donated over centuries and lit on special occasions, casting flickering light on vermilion pillars and moss-covered steps. The surrounding Kasugayama primeval forest, untouched for more than 1,000 years, feels like a portal. Its towering cedars and whispering leaves echo with the prayers of generations. But Nara is not only temples and deer. Stroll through the Naramachi district, once the merchant quarter, where narrow alleys wind between old wooden townhouses, now home to cafes, craft shops, and museums. You'll find artisans preserving traditional techniques, calligraphy, ink making, and handmade brushes, quietly continuing the legacy of refined Japanese culture. There's a gentleness here, a pace that honors the passing of time and encourages the visitor to simply be. Seasonal beauty touches everything. In spring, cherry blossoms frame temple roofs, their petals catching on the antlers of deer. Summer is rich with festivals and open-air tea ceremonies. Autumn brings gold and crimson leaves blanketing stone lanterns, while winter covers temple courtyards in snow, inviting reflection and stillness. Each season arrives not as spectacle, but as deepened presence, a new verse in a poetic cycle. Nara's cuisine mirrors its spirit: simple, seasonal, grounded. Try kaki no hasushi, bite-sized pieces wrapped in persimmon leaves, or chagayu, a warm tea porridge traditionally served to monks. Even a modest meal here carries echoes of ritual and quiet gratitude. In small restaurants with tatami floors and handwritten menus, meals feel like extensions of the city's calm philosophy. Though Nara may seem modest compared to Japan's sprawling cities, its impact runs deep. It offers not just places to see, but spaces to feel, to breathe slowly, to step gently. This is a city where history doesn't sleep behind museum glass. It lives in pathways walked daily, in chants heard at dawn, in deer that bow like monks under the shadow of pine. Nestled in the forested hills of Kanagawa Prefecture, Hakone is where tradition, nature, and subtle luxury intertwine. Just a short journey from Tokyo, this peaceful mountain retreat offers an entirely different rhythm. Quiet, therapeutic, and deeply connected to the surrounding landscape. At its heart, Hakone is famed for its onsen culture. Mineral-rich hot springs bubble from the volcanic earth, feeding countless serene bathhouses and traditional ryokan inns. A soak in these steaming waters, framed by mist and the scent of cypress wood, is not just a pastime, but a ritual, one that speaks to centuries of Japanese healing philosophy. Beyond its baths, Hakone unfolds in layers. The Hakone Open Air Museum, where modern sculptures rest against green hills and pine-covered slopes, blends art with atmosphere in a way few places can. Meanwhile, Lake Ashi reflects the sky like glass, often with the towering silhouette of Mount Fuji quietly rising in the distance. A ride on a pirate-style sightseeing boat across the lake feels delightfully whimsical, contrasting with the quiet reverence of the nearby Hakone Shrine, hidden beneath towering cedar trees and marked by its iconic red torii gate standing in the water. Visitors can also ascend the Hakone Ropeway, gliding above volcanic valleys where sulfur rises from steaming vents in a surreal, otherworldly landscape. Whether it's the art, the nature, or the ever-present hum of the earth beneath your feet, Hakone doesn't demand attention. It gently transforms it. Surrounded by the towering peaks of the Japanese Alps, Matsumoto offers a quiet elegance shaped by both history and landscape. Located in Nagano Prefecture, this refined city balances medieval character with artistic soul, inviting travelers to slow down and explore a Japan that feels authentic, unhurried, and deeply rooted in its heritage. At its heart stands Matsumoto Castle, one of Japan's most complete and original feudal fortresses. Nicknamed the Crow Castle for its striking black exterior, it rises dramatically above a wide moat and stone base, its wooden interior creaking with centuries of memories. Climb its steep staircases and you'll be rewarded with sweeping views of the surrounding city and snow-capped mountains beyond. As cherry blossoms bloom in spring or snow gently falls in winter, the castle takes on an almost storybook quality, timeless and quietly majestic. Yet Matsumoto isn't frozen in the past. Its streets pulse with creativity. The Nakamachi district, lined with preserved Edo-era merchant houses, now hosts artisan shops, cafes, and local galleries. Their distinctive white and black lattice walls, or namakokabe, add charm to every street corner. Stop to admire traditional lacquerware, hand-woven textiles, or sip on locally roasted coffee as locals go about their day. Art finds a vibrant home here too. The Matsumoto City Museum of Art, known for showcasing the colorful and surreal works of Yayoi Kusama, who was born in the city, adds a contemporary edge to the traditional atmosphere. Her famous polka dots and mirrored forms seem to echo the rhythms of the mountains, the seasons, and the city's artistic heartbeat. Beyond the urban edges, nature beckons. Matsumoto serves as a gateway to the Kamikochi Valley, a stunning highland plateau known for alpine trails, crystal-clear rivers, and seasonal beauty that shifts from lush green summers to fiery autumn foliage. Whether you're hiking toward the peaks or simply soaking in a countryside onsen, the connection to nature here feels close and personal. Matsumoto doesn't dazzle loudly. Instead, it leaves an impression through texture, quietness, and detail, a blend of stone, wood, mountain air, and the warmth of people who carry their heritage not as spectacle, but as everyday life. Tokyo is not a city you simply visit. It's a city you feel. A living, shifting mosaic of neon-lit towers, tranquil shrines, bustling crossings, and quiet back streets. Tokyo exists in constant contrast, ultra-modern yet deeply traditional, endlessly fast-paced yet brimming with small moments of stillness. In this capital of contradictions, every street corner holds a new rhythm, a different voice, a fresh point of view. The skyline flashes with ambition. From the steel elegance of Tokyo Tower to the futuristic glow of Tokyo Skytree, verticality is everywhere. But while the architecture soars, the stories live on the ground. Walk through Shibuya Crossing, the city's kinetic heart, where waves of people cross in seamless choreography, each person a destination of their own. The sheer movement becomes mesmerizing, humanity in motion. Yet turn just a few streets away and you'll find calm. Meiji Shrine, nestled in a forest of over 100,000 trees in the heart of the city, offers a quiet world of gravel paths and solemn torii gates. There, it's not uncommon to witness a traditional wedding procession pass, silently, white-robed and stately, as the city's hum fades into the background. Each district in Tokyo pulses with a different personality. In Asakusa, the past stands strong. The majestic gate and lantern of Sensoji Temple welcome millions to a world of incense, fortune slips, and timeless rituals. Nakami Street, lined with stalls selling rice crackers, wooden toys, and sweet red bean snacks, smells like nostalgia and feels like tradition. Meanwhile, in Akihabara, the future flickers in high definition. This is the realm of anime, gaming, and electronics. Multi-story stores lit in saturated color, filled with blinking machines and giddy fans. Nearby, Ginza redefines sophistication, where flagship boutiques gleam under architectural perfection and quiet cafes serve tea with graceful precision. But Tokyo isn't just about icons, it's about texture. It's found in an early morning bowl of ramen at a tucked-away alley shop, in an evening spent under red lanterns in Omoide Yokocho, surrounded by smoke, laughter, and the sizzling of yakitori, in convenience stores that stock everything you never knew you needed, and trains that arrive with near-surgical precision. Cultural richness runs deep. The quiet elegance of a no performance, the meticulous brushstroke of a calligraphy exhibition, or the expressive energy of a J-pop concert. Each offers a different lens through which to understand the city's soul. Museums like the Edo Tokyo Museum or the TeamLab borderless digital art installation challenge perception, blending the past and future in ways only Tokyo dares to imagine. And then there's nature. Though often seen as an urban jungle, Tokyo blooms unexpectedly. In spring, cherry blossoms paint Ueno Park and Chidoriga-Fuchi in soft pink. Autumn ignites the trees of Rikugen Garden in gold and crimson. Rooftop gardens, riverside walks, and mountain day trips to Takao-san prove that the city never loses its connection to the changing seasons. What makes Tokyo remarkable isn't just its scale or innovation. It's its ability to hold multitudes. It's the realization that the same city where robots pour coffee can also host centuries-old tea ceremonies in tatami-lined rooms. It's a place where solitude and community coexist, where the old isn't erased by the new, but folded into it, layer by layer. More than just Japan's capital, Tokyo is a mirror of modern life. Complex, crowded, and constantly evolving, yet filled with grace and human warmth at every level. No two experiences are the same here. The version of Tokyo you meet will be yours alone, woven from the subway rides you take, the meals you stumble into, the late-night walks beneath glowing signs, and the quiet mornings watching sunlight filter between buildings. In Tokyo, the extraordinary hides in the everyday. And once you've felt its pulse, it's a city that never quite leaves you. Far to the north of Japan's main islands, Hokkaido unfolds like a painter's canvas, sweeping, wild, and richly textured. Known for its untamed landscapes, dramatic seasonal changes, and serene pace of life, this island offers a version of Japan that feels refreshingly different, quieter, cooler, and shaped more by nature than by time. In winter, Hokkaido becomes a wonderland, snow-blanket cities and mountains alike, transforming towns like Sapporo into glowing stages for icy art. The Sapporo Snow Festival draws thousands to marvel at intricate sculptures and towering creations carved from frozen silence. Farther east, powder snow lures skiers to Niseko, one of the world's top ski resorts, where the runs are long, the air is crisp, and the nights end with onsen baths under starlight. Even the streets, wrapped in soft white, seem to speak in hushed tones. As the snow melts, the island blooms. Lavender fields ripple across the hills of Furano, their soft purple hue and gentle fragrance filling the summer air. Clear lakes like Shikotsu and Toyako reflect surrounding peaks, and volcanic craters steam in quiet valleys. Cherry blossoms bloom later here, bringing a slower, more lingering spring. The wild reaches of Shiratoko Peninsula, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, remain untouched and remote, where bears roam forests and waterfalls tumble into the sea. But Hokkaido isn't just about grand scenery, it's about balance. The food is fresh, from rich dairy to delicate seafood. Markets in cities like Hakodate overflow with sea urchin, crab and scallops caught hours earlier. Life here is less hurried, more grounded, and always in tune with the rhythm of the land. Whether you're hiking among alpine flowers or watching cranes dance in frozen marshes, Hokkaido leaves you with a quiet awe, a feeling that stays long after the journey ends. Cradled between the Rocco Mountains and the sea, Kobe exudes a quiet sophistication shaped by its international past and natural setting. As one of Japan's first ports to open to foreign trade in the 19th century, the city blends Western influences with Japanese charm in seamless harmony. In the historic Kitano district, European-style mansions stand proudly on hillside streets, echoing a time when diplomats and traders called Kobe home. Down by the waterfront, Harborland pulses with energy. Modern shopping arcades, lively promenades, and the iconic Kobe Port Tower lighting up the night with a futuristic glow. Yet step away and you'll find serene moments too. A quiet walk through American Park, or a gentle ferry ride offering views of the city skyline against the mountains. Of course, Kobe is also synonymous with flavor. World-famous Kobe beef, known for its marbled perfection, is more than a meal. It's an experience, best enjoyed in intimate local steakhouses. Nearby, sake breweries in the Nara district preserve centuries-old brewing techniques, inviting visitors to taste the craftsmanship in every sip. Elegant, modern, and subtly soulful, Kobe doesn't overwhelm. It leaves a lasting impression with quiet confidence and cultured grace. Far to the south of Japan's main islands, where the Pacific meets the East China Sea in a warm embrace, lies Okinawa, a place where time seems to flow slower and the air carries both salt and song. This island prefecture, shaped by coral reefs and touched by subtropical sun, feels worlds apart from the temples and mountains of the mainland. Here, sandy beaches meet vibrant traditions, and every breeze whispers of a culture all its own. Okinawa was once the heart of the independent Ryukyu Kingdom, and that legacy still pulses through its people, language, music, and cuisine. The grand ruins of Shurijo Castle, though scarred by history, still stand proud on a hilltop above Naha, echoing centuries of trade and diplomacy. Wander its walls, and you'll sense a different kind of Japanese heritage, one colored by Chinese, Southeast Asian, and Polynesian threads. Nature embraces Okinawa gently. The island's coastlines curve into turquoise lagoons and palm-lined coves. Divers from around the world are drawn to the coral reefs of Karama Islands and the mysterious Blue Cave, where marine life flourishes in crystalline waters. Inland, the lush greenery of Yanbaru Forest shelters rare species found nowhere else on Earth. Life here moves to the rhythm of the sanshin, a three-stringed instrument whose sound drifts from open doorways and festival dances. In its melodies, in every bowl of Okinawa soba and every sunset over the sea, there's a quiet joy, soft, enduring, and unmistakably Okinawan. Hoi Chat GPT. There are mountains that rise from the earth, and then there is Mount Fuji, a peak that seems to rise from legend. Towering at 3,776 meters, Fuji is more than Japan's tallest mountain. It is a national symbol, a spiritual anchor, a muse to poets and painters for centuries. Perfectly symmetrical and snow-capped for much of the year, it doesn't merely sit on the landscape, it commands it, radiating an energy that is both calm and profound. Seen from afar, Mount Fuji is majestic, whether reflecting off the waters of Lake Kawaguchi or emerging through morning mist above the Churito Pagoda. Yet the closer one gets, the more its personality reveals itself. The slopes are steep and changing, shifting from gentle woodlands to volcanic rock and open skies. Every step toward its summit is a step through time, through mythology, geology, and cultural memory. For many, climbing Fuji is a spiritual act. During the official climbing season in July and August, pilgrims and hikers from all over the world ascend through the night, hoping to witness Goraiko, the sacred sunrise, from the summit. The trail is lit by headlamps, footsteps echo on gravel, and the night is silent except for the rustle of wind and breath. As dawn breaks, the sun casts golden light across a sea of clouds, and the mountain seems to exhale in soft color. It's not just a view, it's a moment that stays inside you. Yet Fuji's power is not limited to its peak. Its foothills are dotted with shrines, lakes, forests, and towns that live in quiet reverence. The Fujisan Hongu Sengen Taisha Shrine, with its ancient torii gate and spring-fed waters, honors the mountain's kami, or spirit. The 5 Fuji lakes form a natural crown around the base, each offering its own perspective, its own quiet. Lake Yamanaka and Lake Motosu in particular are known for their stunning reflections, mirror-like waters that double the beauty of Fuji's form. In autumn, the forests blaze in red and gold. In spring, cherry blossoms bloom in soft waves below the snowline. Winter cloaks the land in white silence, while summer pulses with life and climbers. Each season offers a new face of Fuji, not in transformation, but in revelation. Art has long bowed to Fuji's form. From Hokusai's woodblock prints to contemporary photography, the mountain has been rendered in thousands of ways, but no image can fully capture the stillness one feels when seeing it in person. That sense of something timeless, something rooted in both heaven and earth. It is no wonder that Mount Fuji is deeply embedded in Shinto and Buddhist traditions, long considered a gateway between the mortal world and the divine. For those who do not climb, there are other ways to connect. Soak in an onsen bath with Fuji framed in steam and sky. Walk the mossy trails of Aokigahara Forest, dense and quiet at the mountain's base. Or simply sit at a lakeside bench and watch as light shifts across the peak. Rosy in the morning, brilliant by day, fading into indigo by dusk. Despite its prominence, Fuji is not boastful. It waits patiently through storms, fog, and silence. Sometimes it hides completely, shrouded in clouds for days. But when it chooses to appear, the world seems to pause. Trains stop. Conversations hush. Cameras rise instinctively, and eyes widen, not in fear, but in awe. Mount Fuji is not just visited, it is experienced. It reminds you of nature's quiet strength, of beauty without excess, of presence without need for spectacle. And long after you've left, a part of you still stands there, beneath its quiet shadow, beside its sweeping slopes, looking up. Osaka doesn't tiptoe. It jumps right in with bold flavors, bright lights, and a charisma that's impossible to ignore. Set along Japan's southern coast, this city is often called the nation's kitchen, and for good reason. The streets of Dotonbori blaze with neon signs, animated billboards, and the irresistible scent of takoyaki sizzling on street carts. Here, food isn't just nourishment, it's an experience, a celebration, and a little bit of theater. But Osaka's appeal goes beyond its cuisine. The city pulses with energy and humor, shaped by its famously friendly locals and a love for all things lively. Osaka Castle, with its golden accents and sprawling grounds, offers a glimpse into the city's warrior past, while the Umeda Sky Building frames the future with its dizzying views. In neighborhoods like Shinsekai and Amerikamura, creativity and nostalgia blend in colorful harmony. Markets, comedy clubs, and theme parks, everything in Osaka invites interaction. It's a place where you're encouraged to speak louder, laugh harder, and eat more. Even the trains buzz with casual conversations. Underneath its vibrant pace, though, is a deep warmth. A city proud of its identity, yet always eager to welcome you in. Osaka doesn't ask for admiration. It earns it with every bite, every smile, every late-night street corner, glowing in color and life. Only 30 minutes south of Tokyo, Yokohama offers a breath of ocean air, a shift in tempo, and a distinct identity shaped by centuries of connection to the world beyond Japan's shores. This is a city where ships have long arrived bearing not only goods, but ideas, tastes, and cultures, making Yokohama one of Japan's most cosmopolitan and open-hearted places. city's relationship with the sea defines it. Standing on the wide promenade of Yamashita Park, you can gaze out at Tokyo Bay, where fishing boats and cruise liners pass with quiet regularity. The Hikawa Maru, a preserved ocean liner once sailed by Charlie Chaplin, is docked here, its decks and cabins offering a glimpse into the golden age of sea travel. Along the waterfront, the sea breeze mingles with the scent of fried snacks, floral gardens, and salt from the tide. A short walk inland takes you to Motomachi, a neighborhood of refined charm and European flair. With its quiet lanes, stone-paved sidewalks, and stylish boutiques, Motomachi feels worlds apart from the neon frenzy of nearby cities. Cafes spill onto the street, and bakeries serve pastries that blend Japanese subtlety with continental tradition. Above it lies Yamate, the historic foreign settlement area, where Victorian-style homes and leafy gardens speak to Yokohama's early days as a global port. Yet nowhere captures Yokohama's international soul better than Chinatown, the largest in Japan and one of the most vibrant in the world. The brilliant red gates, dragon motifs, and lantern-lined streets open into a world of steaming dumplings, sweet buns, and sizzling stir-fries. From Taoist temples adorned with gold to alleyways filled with food vendors, Yokohama Chinatown is alive with color and energy day and night. It's not merely a tourist spot, it's a living community with deep roots and daily rituals. Back on the waterfront, the ultra-modern district of Minato Mirai 21 rises into view. Its skyline a striking contrast of glass towers, a sail-shaped hotel, and the landmark Cosmo Clock 21 Ferris wheel. This is the face of contemporary Yokohama, futuristic, clean, and imaginative. Inside Landmark Tower, the observation deck offers panoramic views over the bay, especially breathtaking at sunset when the water glows gold and the city begins to sparkle. But Yokohama's appeal lies not only in its showpieces, but also in its quieter corners. Visit Sankeien Garden, a hidden treasure of traditional architecture, winding paths, and seasonal blooms. Pagodas, tea houses, and koi-filled ponds reflect a side of the city that values contemplation and craft. In spring, the garden bursts with cherry blossoms. In autumn, its maple leaves burn red and gold. It's a place that feels untouched by time. Art and culture are deeply embedded in the city's rhythm. The Yokohama Museum of Art, designed by Kenzo Tange, features a thoughtful blend of Japanese and international works. Creative energy thrives in the red brick warehouses, now converted into galleries, shops, and event spaces. Once used for shipping storage, these 20th century structures are now vibrant symbols of the city's ability to honor the past while shaping the future. Yokohama's culinary scene reflects its diverse spirit, from sophisticated sushi counters to Western-style cafes and fusion bistros. Try a bowl of sanma men, the city's own hearty noodle dish, or sip craft beer brewed near the harbor. At night, the city hums softly. Locals stroll along the piers, watch street performers in Rinko Park, or take quiet ferries gliding through the bay's calm waters. Unlike cities that compete for attention with noise and spectacle, Yokohama invites discovery at your own pace. It's elegant without being ostentatious, global without losing its Japanese soul. It feels lived in, loved, and balanced, offering moments of reflection, of wonder, of joy. In Kyoto, time doesn't pass. It flows, like the soft ripple of wind through a bamboo grove or the hush of sandalwood incense curling in the air. Once the imperial capital of Japan for over 1,000 years, Kyoto remains its cultural soul, a city where ancient rituals breathe through modern streets and every corner seems to hold a whispered story. Here, the old and the new do not merely coexist, they dance together, subtly shifting in step, as if guided by unseen rhythms. Here, tradition is not preserved behind glass, it lives in motion. In the quiet alleys of Gion, Geiko and Maiko, clad in delicate kimono, move with practiced grace beneath paper lanterns that flicker against wooden lattice facades. Tea houses hum with subtle ceremony, where every gesture, pouring, bowing, sipping, is a meditation on beauty and presence. Lantern light and silence replace clocks and noise, and a walk through these narrow lanes feels like a passage through centuries. Temples and shrines are everywhere, each with its own rhythm, its own silence. The Golden Pavilion, Kinkaku-ji, shimmering in gold leaf, casts a perfect reflection onto still waters, glowing like a vision from another world. Fushimi Inari Taisha stuns with its endless corridor of vermilion torii gates, stretching up Mount Inari like a glowing pathway between worlds. Further east, Kiyomizu-dera balances on wooden stilts above the treetops, offering views of cherry blossoms in spring or fiery foliage in autumn. At Nanzen-ji or Tofuku-ji, Zen quiet settles like morning mist, and time seems to hold its breath. But Kyoto's magic is not found only in its famous landmarks. It hides in the subtle details. A stone basin nestled in a moss garden. The hush of the philosopher's path as petals fall in spring. The scent of tatami in a centuries-old machiya house. Even the sound of a single bell at Ryoanji, echoing across the temple's raked Zen garden, feels like a dialogue between time and space. It is in the shadows, in the stillness, where Kyoto reveals itself. Seasonality rules here. In spring, Kyoto blushes under waves of sakura, cherry trees turning riversides and shrines into pastel reveries. Summer brings festivals, the most dazzling being Gion Matsuri, where towering floats parade through the city to the sound of flutes and drums. Autumn is fire, as maples set temple grounds ablaze in red and gold. Winter slows everything. Snow dusts the temple rooftops, and the city seems to bow into stillness. The landscape becomes a scroll, unfurling with each passing season, always elegant, never hurried. Cuisine in Kyoto is an art of restraint and elegance. Kaiseki dining, born from the tea ceremony, unfolds as a sequence of seasonal bites, each dish arranged like a poem. Even humble dishes like yudofu, a soft tofu simmered in light broth, carry centuries of refinement. Nishiki Market, known as Kyoto's Kitchen, is a vibrant place to taste the city's flavors. Pickled vegetables, handcrafted sweets, fresh mochi, and fragrant roasted tea all await curious palates. Food here isn't rushed, it's revered. Kyoto is also a city of craft. In quiet workshops, artisans continue time-honored traditions: lacquerware, silk weaving, kiyoyaki ceramics, all passed down through generations. Visiting these spaces is to witness devotion, not just to a trade, but to beauty itself. The rhythm of the chisel, the whisper of washi paper, the steam rising from indigo dye vats. Each moment is alive with quiet mastery. To walk through Kyoto is to move through layers, not just of history, but of atmosphere, of meaning. It's a city that doesn't shout, it listens. And in that stillness, it asks you to slow down, to notice, to feel, to let the outside world fade and the moment fully arrive. Because Kyoto is not about arrival, it's about presence. And when you are truly present, the city opens like a scroll, revealing itself line by line, season by season, breath by breath.